When we think about energy production, what we always think of is large-scale power plants that produce gigawatts or megawatts to power our households, our factories and everything else that we need. Maybe we still think about solar cells that are on our roofs, but then our imagination doesn't really go beyond that. The interesting thing is, though, that our world is changing because of the Internet of Things. From the Internet of Things, we are learning that we need sensors. So the really crucial question is, how can we power those sensors? Maybe you remember as a kid, there was a funny game that you played, where you used a plastic bottle, rubbed it on your head, and then your hair would stick up. This is the way how you can produce an electric current on the nano and micro scale. So the basic idea is that we have certain materials with certain characteristics that we press together, that we can rub, or that we can separate. And by that, these materials will produce an electric current. For example, we can have our mobile phone, then we have a very, very thin coat of two different materials, and by pressing these materials together while typing a message, we are automatically charging our telephone. The same can be done while we swipe across our phone. So just think about how often you tap a message on your phone or swipe across your screen. Imagine how much electricity you already would produce. Another use case would be pedestrians walking around on a street, causing vibrations. And from these vibrations, we could also produce electricity in order to power traffic lights. Another use case is when we attach sensors to our power plants. There we could use just movements from the environment that move the sensors, press, slide or rub materials together, and by that we can use or produce electric energy.